GitHub Checkout security style. I'm super excited to be here today, joined by Lucas Garron, an engineer and the GitHub security team. Hey, Lucas, what do you have for us today?
Today, I'm going to cover how to set up an SSH security key, which is to say how to take one of these physical security keys that you might plug into your computer and use that to access your account when you're doing Git operation. So to set up your security key for SSH, you will want to type SSH-keygen and then add -t ECDSA-SK for the security key format. And then you can pass -C to specify the email associated with your account. After you press enter, you'll be asked to touch your security key to verify that you're present and to set up the SSH security key. This creates two files: a private key that can only be used with the physical security key that you've set up, and a public key that identifies it. We can use the cat command to get the contents of the public key, which we can copy into GitHub. Go to GitHub Settings, then SSH and GPG keys, then New SSH key. Pick a name for your SSH key registration and paste the contents of the public key file. Now, to check that we can use the security key for SSH, we're going to create a test repository. When you clone the repository, you have to make sure to use the SSH URL. It will work with git clone like normal, except that you'll be asked to verify your presence by touching your security key for access. Now we can make a simple change to the repository. Here we've added a commit with a new file. Now when you push this commit to GitHub, you'll also be asked to touch your security key. If we go to github.com, we can see that the commit that we created now shows up in the repository. So we've successfully set up an SSH security key, which you can use to control exactly when you give access to Git operations.
Thank you for showing us this today. Question, Lucas. I am already using this key, to log into GitHub. How is this any different?
Yeah, so it uses the same underlying mechanism called FIDO2 to have something that is only accessible in that key, so you can only do the operation when you touch the key. And it's a similar kind of operation, but if you've had a prompt in your browser that asks you to sign in using a security key, that's a different special application of the same protocol. It's called WebAuthn. And in this case, we're using a different application.
What type of security keys can you use?
Since this uses the FIDO2 protocol, which is an open standard, you should be able to use it with just about any reasonably recent security key. So a lot of companies use a YubiKey, so I have a few of those. But I've tested, and I believe it works with this Solo key, which is an open source implementation. And I believe Google has Titan. I presume this should work with that as well.
Thank you so much, Lucas. If you're ready to make the switch, go ahead and log into your account and follow the instructions in our documentation to create a new key and add it to your account. See you next time.